Yo, what's up? This is Bilal, and I'm giving a big shout out to I Got Soul.
All right, cool. So your new album, Love Surreal, is coming out next week. I was reading about the album. It's the whole process of falling in love, meeting someone, breaking up, getting back together. Just talk about that and the concepts on the album.
Um, yeah, it's the songs on the album is a combination of breakup songs and finding love again. Um, it's a love analogy, but I'm really speaking about my career and the journey that I've been through, and just finding the love for music again,
Right.
and the drive and the reason for doing it.
Right. And I was reading on this project, you were able to do the music without expectations. You were able to let go. Did that make the whole process a lot freer for you?
Yeah, because I wasn't expecting to do a whole album. I went in the studio expecting to only do 5 songs.
Right.
And before I knew it, I had a whole album worth of material. So
Right.
in that way, I wasn't really expecting this album to happen.
Right. And I had a chance to listen to it. I know this project's a little more warmer, more central than Airtight's Revenge was, which was a little more moody and dark. Was that what you were going for with this project?
I guess so. Like I said, it just happened. So I'd say towards the middle of it, I was like, man, this is kind of sexy, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Well, kind of sexy.
All right. I was checking out another interview you did where you kind of talked about your preparation for an album as like sketching out the madness that's in your head. And, talk about your process for making music.
It's different every time. I walk around with a lot of have ideas in my head all the time, and the more mature they get, they come out.
Right.
Like that's pretty much what happens. I'll go into the studio, and maybe I'll have an idea in my head that something happens in the studio that'll make what's in my head make more sense, or I'll have a little shape in my computer, my laptop, and my logic, and then it'll happen from there. So it happens a lot of different ways. I also have a crew that I work with, my band, and they sometimes bring me melodic shapes or tracks as well.
Right.
When we work together. So.
Okay. Can you talk about the maturity people will hear from you as an artist on this album? Because I know this is your 3rd official album now. It's been over a decade in music for you. What will they hear from that point of view?
I don't know. I'm a big kid, so I couldn't really say whether or not I'm maturing.
Yeah.
I understand music and what I want to do more, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you can call that maturity. I had a certain kind of concept as far as the sound is concerned from a production level that I was trying to achieve, and I think I got a lot closer on this album.
Right. The interesting thing about you as an artist is your music encompasses a bunch of different genres like R&B, rock, some jazz, hip hop, all those things. If you were to look at some of the albums that influenced you, as an artist, your favorite albums, could you name some of those across all genres?
Yeah. I would say Steely Dan, of course. Their record Asia, and there's another record of theirs that I was listening to a lot, but I would have to go into my iPod. You put me on the spot, Jim.
Sorry.
Weather Report's album. What's the name of this album? The album where they had a Black Farm on. What was Radiohead as well, and all of their records. I love all of their records. Kid A, Amnesiac, and definitely jazz. Sun Ra was a big influence on me this time around. A good friend of mine gave me Sun Ra's whole catalog, and I listened to him like pretty much throughout this whole process. I'm still trying to process all of the music that I was given. So.
Okay. One thing I've always noticed about you as an artist, you've had a certain mystique about you through the years. Even, you know, when your solo debut came out and then you didn't have another album for years. Your sophomore album got leaked and eventually got shelved. But you still got a lot of shows. You had big name collaborations. Do you feel like there's a certain mystique about you within the industry as an artist?
I don't know. I don't really like keep tabs on that. I know when I first started, I always said, yeah, it would be really cool if everybody saw me as this weird dude, and I'll just wear glasses all the time. But now I don't really give a shit. I'm not really trying to be mysterious or weird. It's just, I guess I've kind of talked myself into this situation.
Right.
Of being this way, but I'm really a down-home guy.
Right. Cool. Are there any artists you'd like to collaborate with that you haven't had a chance to yet?
Yeah, tons. I'd love to get in the studio with the likes of a Tom York or a Flying Lotus or a Danger Mouse.
Okay. And just finally, is there any advice you'd give to like a younger kid, an upcoming artist looking to make it in this music industry that's trying to find a way to break in?
I'd say, collect all of the things that are you and hone it in, So what you have is special, keep working at that, and you'll be fine. The more you are strong on what it is that you want to do, the less that will be chipped away. Because in this business, you gotta have thick skin.
All right, that makes sense. Well, that's all we had for you. Anything you'd like to add? Cool.
No.